the awareness about the significance of standardization to the global economy among regulators, consumers, and industry. And one more thing is there, it is not only to bring awareness, but also to pay tributes to the experts who formulated the documents for the standards. Standards have been important to every individual in the world, and we all have been raised with this concept. World Standards Day 2023 is also a means of paying tribute to the collaborative efforts of thousands of experts who develop voluntary technical agreements that are published as international standards. According to the International Organization for Standardization, the theme for World Standards Day 2023 is Manak Manthan on revised Indian standards of domestic pressure cooker IS 2347-2023. That is the title on which our speaker is going to speak this program. So on behalf of the Telangana State Center of IEI and on my own behalf, I once again extend a hearty welcome to all of you to this important function. Now, I request convener Tanir Rakesh Garu to introduce our chief guest, Sri K.V. Rao Garu, scientist F. So as sir is having some important work, first of all, we are requesting him to speak on this occasion. So after that, the speaker will deliberate his lecture for us. Rakesh Garu.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Respected Chief Guest Sri K.V. Rao, sir, Senior Director and Head BIS, and Dr. G. Venkata Subbaiah, FIE Chairman, Telangana State Center, and Sri Dr. K. Sitaram Babu, FIE Secretary. Today, our speaker, Sri Lokraj Meena, Assistant Director BIS, and to all committee members and members of Telangana State Committee, Institute of Engineers, and participants, I welcome you all once again for today's technical seminar, Manak Manthan on domestic pressure cooker. Firstly, I would like to welcome the initiative taken by the Telangana State Committee in collaborating with BIS for the World Standards Day. First, Manak Manthan is one of the initiative of our DG, Director General BIS, which emerged from the World Standards Day celebration that we celebrate every year. So, BIS being the national standards body, this celebrates World Standards Day in India on behalf of IEC, ISO, and ITU. And as all of you know, the standardization process is a very extensive process wherein effective involvement of stakeholder is required to prepare more effective, useful, and robust standards. So this process of standardization and meeting with standardization stakeholders generally happens in BIS headquarters. So in order to effectively involve more and more stakeholders, BIS is carrying out this Manak Manthan program with as much as the technical pool in the state. Okay, so that so much discussions come out and the comments will come out of the state standard, so that can be incorporated in developing the standard. So that is the main objective of this Manak Manthan. So this was the one of the program which was a part of World Standard Day. Now it has become a monthly program that is carried out by every branch throughout the country. So today we are having Manak Manthan on domestic pressure cooker, wherein latest developments which have been incorporated in quality assessment of domestic pressure cooker will be discussed. So before we start program with the speaker, I would like to invite our chief guest, Sri K.V. Rao sir, Director and Head, and I would like to thank him for readily accepting this our invitation. So to say about Sri K.V. Rao sir, so K.V. Rao sir has done a diploma in mechanical engineering from Andhra Polytechnic, Kakinada, and then later he joined BTech in JN2, Kukatpalli. So due to some occupational reasons, he discontinued BTech and then completed AMIE in Mechanical Engineering from the Institute of Engineers, India. So in the initial 3 years of his career, Sri K.V. Rao worked as a junior engineer in Southern Central Railway for 5 years. Later, he joined BIS in the year 1996 as Assistant Director and worked in various capacities in the state of Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and Delhi. As a part of BIS product certification scheme, popularly known as ISI, he carried out several factory inspections to assess capacities of the manufacturers to produce and test the products as per relevant Indian standards. Sir also has worked as a regional hallmarking coordinator and monitored the activities of assaying and hallmarking centers in the southern region that is Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and then Andhra Pradesh. Also carried out surveillance assessments of hallmarking centers. So he was also looking over the activities of BIS Central Laboratory located in Sahyababad near New Delhi in the capacity of head director. Also, he also carried out several audits with respect to this foreign certification scheme in 10 different countries for considering grant of licenses under BIS Foreign Manufacturer Certification Scheme. Presently, Sri KV Rao sir is working as a senior director and head BIS Hyderabad branch office and looking after the activities of BIS in the state of the Telangana. So it's a great privilege, sir, to have in this technical seminar. I would like to request you to please address the gathering.
Thank you, Rakesh Garu. Now I request our chief guest, KV Rao Garu, to present his speech, sir.
Thank you very much. First, I thank Institution of Engineers and all the members and all the manufacturers, representatives and the participants and my colleagues. So, I think BIS and the Institution of Engineers, if you see the history of BIS itself, the ISI, Indian Standards Institution, started in the premises of Institution of Engineers. In the history of the BIS, the first name will be Institution of Engineers. And I am also a member of the institute, the prestigious institution. I'm very proud to say that, because it helped during my period. There were so many engineering colleges. That time, lot of people used to take the AMI examination, and this used to be a career opportunity for those people, especially those who cannot afford engineering studies. So I'm very happy to get associated with Institution of Engineers. Now coming to today's program, you all know Bureau of Indian Standards. They are formulating so many standards in so many different fields. Now presently we are carrying out standards formulation in 16 fields. Okay, including the latest field is AYUSH. So these standards the benefit of these standards will be given to the general public only if these standards are implemented. How it can be implemented? Suppose today's example is the pressure cooker. So if I simply make a standard and simply put it in my shelf, there is no use. So BIS has a scheme called BIS Product Certification Scheme, where we grant the license to the manufacturers to use the ISA mark. So what is this ISA mark tells? ISA mark mark on a product gives the confidence to the consumer that this product complies with the requirements of the Indian standard. So now these standards are used by large scale industries, medium scale industries, small scale and micro scale industries also. Okay. So these standards are actually discussed in the technical committees, but the access to the technical committee is limited. There may be 40 members or 50 members, but the users are more. So the feedback has to come from the field, grassroots level, like small scale industries, the government officials who are using it. So this Manak Manthan initiative was taken, and every month, as Rakesh has already told, every month we take some important standard and we discuss with the manufacturers, consumers, even faculty members in engineering colleges, research, laboratory people. Then any changes that are required, we will note it down and we will convey to the committee. Generally, earlier our tendency used to be, if you want any modification, you write to committee. But that tendency has changed. Now we conduct Manak Manthan, or you call it Chai Pe Charcha, whatever it is. But it is not that. We have to discuss and get the feedback from the grassroots level. So now, today we are discussing IS 2347, which is for the domestic pressure cookers. I think I don't think any household without a pressure cooker. And all of us know, especially the members of Institution of Engineers are having the vast experience in their respective fields. And this product is so simple. Say we might have studied in high school, say that when the pressure on liquid increases, the boiling temperature increases. So simple principle we are using and in our household, and we are saving the time, fuel, and effort, and we are not losing any much of the nutrients also. Such a simple product. But if the standards are not properly made, it can also become a risk for the those who are cooking. So this standard gives various requirements. So what should be the relief pressure? What should the pressure regulating device? What should be the safety release? And what should be the material? Because we are cooking the food directly. The chemicals should not leach into the or migrate into the food items what we are cooking. So even though the principle is simple, the product is simple, not much of high technology like rocket science, still it has a lot of requirements. And the test methods, most of the test methods for this product have been mentioned in the annexures. Of course, raw material standard IS 21 is given separately, but most of the testing methods are prescribed in the standard itself. So this standard has been recently revised. Once any Indian standard, it is once made, it doesn't mean that it is forever. Any changes required based on the technology changes, the standard regularly gets reviewed, and the changes, if required, small change, it means it can amendment, or every 5 years it is reviewed and the revisions are made. Now the present revision, the latest one is 2023. So we are in 2023. Year 2023. So now we have our Meenaji from our standard formulation department. He will also tell us what are the changes and what are the requirements of this latest standard. So what I want is all the participants, please give your feedback after his presentation. What are the things that can be further improved, or what are your suggestions? So you please patiently listen to our presentation and give the feedback. And not only this thing, any standard, any product, the comments can be given in our website. So now everything is made simple, and today's whatever discussions we make, all these things will be noted down, and consolidated comments will be sent to the technical committee. And the committee will consider those things, and depending on the importance of the points raised by us, they will either accept or they will examine whether it is worth mentioning in the standard or not. So be open at the after the presentation. You can give your views. And this is a routine exercise. And I request members from the Institution of Engineers to I request Rakesh, please invite them for all the Manak Manthan, because we are mostly conducting in the hybrid mode. So they have the vast experience in their field. So they can give us a very good feedback and comments and suggestions. With these words, I conclude my talk, and let the next speakers take over. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. J.V. Rao Garu. First of all, I am very happy to know that you are the alumni of Institution of Engineers, that is the AMIE. So I am very happy, sir. And thank you very much for your addressing as a chief guest, sir. Your words are very valuable. You told about the importance of the BIS standards and the testing methods used for standards. As you said, though the rocket science technology is not required, but the standards are very important, sir, because the number of the people, even common people, are associated with them. If we don't follow the standards, there will be a damage for a mass of the people. So that is why it is very, very important compared with the rocket science technology also, sir. So thank you very much for your addressing, sir. Thank you, sir. So now I request Rakesh Garu to introduce the speaker.
Thank you, sir. So as sir said, like though there are so many latest Indian standards are also available in the various emerging fields, the topic that has been selected here is domestic pressure cooker. Okay, so the main one of the reason is like for the topic selected here was about well product known. This is the area of the field which is known by most of the people. So, but we have selected a cooker topic as because, as Sir also generally used to say, standard solves the recurring problems, right? The main purpose of the standard is to find out the solution or outweigh for the recurring problems. So, as standards are already developed in the conventional fields, are being developed in the conventional fields and the conventional products, so these are eliminating the recurring problems. So most of the common public or commoners or everyone are not thinking much about these products. Why? Because standards have already solved these problems, what is occurring in our daily uses and all those things. So this helps. We want to specially selected this topic by because so this explains why standards are very important. So this also explains the significance of the standards. So because of these standards only, we are not facing any recurring problems or any problems with the day-to-day conventional products or in conventional technologies. Okay, so that is the one of the reason, and so that we are able to focus on the new emerging technologies. So we could brainstorm ourselves in the new emerging technologies. That is what we achieved through the standardization process. So that is one of the reasons that we selected this domestic pressure cooker, which is nearer to everyone. Okay, so regarding this topic today, we have Sri Lokraj Meena to say about Sri Lokraj Meena. He is Assistant Director from Mechanical Engineering Department, Standardization Department, BIS Headquarters. He is a Mechanical Engineering graduate from IIT Delhi, 2019 passed out, and he is now posted in the Mechanical Engineering Department Standardization. So he looks over the standardization department pertaining to the mechanical engineering. So he is the member secretary. So presently is handling the technical committees in the areas of compressors, turbines, printing machinery, gaskets, and packing and household kitchenware items. So for all these technical committees, he is the member secretary. So member secretary will be the important person who will be involved in formulating the standards. So all the standards, Indian standards with respect to these fields are being formulated by Sri Lokraj being a member secretary. So it's a great to have you, sir. And you are kindly requested to enlighten the participants about the latest developments incorporated in the revised standard on domestic pressure cooker. So there have been a lot of developments in domestic cooker. So these all things have been incorporated after receiving input from the stakeholders, like from industry personnel, expert personnel, research personnel. So these all have been incorporated in the latest standard. And as per our modern applications, domestic cooker, the standard has been aligned. So today, Sri Lokraj ji will be demonstrating what all changes have been incorporated in the latest version of the standard. So now we request Sri Lokraj Meena ji to deliver his talk. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir, for your kind introduction. Basically, the purpose of the today's Marak Manthan will be to talk about the standard we have recently revised on the domestic pressure cooker. So I will be sharing my presentation. Just please confirm whether my screen is visible or not.
Sharing it.
Not shared. Yes.
Is it visible, sir?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is visible.
Okay. So, first of all, starting with our standard pressure cooker, I will just briefly talk about the standards. I think Rao sir has already introduced like the standards are everywhere in our daily life. From starting with your basically in the morning, from the basically at the end of the till you get the sleep. You use the products which has the standards in every aspect. So basically, starting with the if you talk about the units of measurement, they have the standards. Like if you talk about our clothes, so in this A3, A4 sizes, and in the papers also. 1 minute. I think there is some problem. You can't see all the pictures. 1 minute. Yeah.
I request all the participants to have the snacks. It is chai pa charcha only. You please have the
Yeah.
snacks.
So basically, I was saying, so starting with the like your daily activities, in if you talk about the like when you wear your clothes, so clothes are also like the standardized. We have this S, L, XL sizes. Those are all the basically are made as per the standard. Like paper format, if you talk about, then it is also standardized like A3, A4 sizes. If you talk about the vehicles, the safety norms are also standardized. Your layout of computer keyboard is also standardized. So standard is everywhere in your daily life. You can't escape from the standards. So that's why we need to know about the standards. So starting with the if I talk about the stakeholders which are involved in the our standard development process. So in our committees, basically we have the members from the consumers. Their manufacturers are there. We have the government bodies as members. We also have academic institutes like the Institution of Engineers. You are there. So we have many IITs, NITs, and many institutes as a member. We have labs as a member. Apart from that, like this R&D institutes and organizations also we have a member in our committees. So basically, this standard making is a basically collaborative process whereby the experts comes, discuss the things, and then come out with a document. So you all may be wondering how the standard is developed. So we need to know first the process, how a standard is uh, starting with the its scratch to basically finalizing standard. There are the many stages are involved. So as you can see, whenever there is a standard is like a setup. So depending upon if it is a new standard, then someone gives from the committee or from outside also we receive the demand. They need to be standard, need to be developed on this subject. Then they give the new work item proposal, like they submit there is a subject standard need to be developed on that. Along with the new work item proposal, sometimes the people also submit the working draft also. And sometimes it may be possible that they don't have the working draft, they only give the subject to us. Then committee takes discuss on the subject whether standard development is really required or not. It may be possible there may be some international standard available on that. So committee deliberate on the topic, and then we decide for the formulation of a standard. And uh, 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 generally this work for the like developing the working draft is generally we make a panel, yeah, working group in the committee, and we give the work to the panel, like you need to come up with the working draft. So working draft is basically, you can say it is a road draft on the subject, which will cover all the outlines, what will the standard will cover. Then it goes to the third stage, which is a basically preliminary draft, whereby the draft which has been formulated by the panel, then it will go to the committee members for their commenting. Committee members will give their suggestion. If it is fine, if it is find that the draft is up to the mark, and then it go for the wide circulation. So wide circulation, it is the stage where the document is open to the all the public. It is put up on the BIS website, and it is open for the public commenting, whereby the anyone can see the document and give their comments. Then if we receive some comments during the wide circulation stage, then we put up it before the committee. We discuss the things. We try to resolve all the comments, and then we finalize it for the draft for the basically the printing. And when the draft is finalized, it is all the comments are resolved. Then it is sent for the printing, and then basically it is published via the gazetting. So when the standard is published in the Indian Gazette, which is basically the Gazette of the Government of India, then it is said as an Indian standard. So this whole process is basically involved in the standard making. So like your pressure cooker standard that you are seeing, IS 2347, it also has gone through all the stages that are that you can see on the basically the screen. And BIS standard making is already always a consensus process whereby we try to remove all the differences, and we try to come up with a basically a whole document whereby we try to resolve all the comments. And BIS procedures are always compliant to WTO TBT code of practice. WTO TBT, nothing, it is a basically World Trade Organization, WTO. TBT is a technical barriers to trade. So basically, standard is also a kind of measure of the TBT, whereby the BIS is also being a signatory. sorry, India is being a signatory, BIS is basically representing the India as a WTO TBT inquiry point. So our all processes are all basically the compliant to that. So this was all about the standard making process. Now, if I specifically, as Rao sir has already informed, like in the BIS, there are the total 16 departments are there, which are involved in the standard making. So out of them, mechanical engineering department is a one department, which is basically overseeing all the standardization activities related to mechanical engineering. So if I talk in the mechanical engineering, then basically we have around we have 28 committees in mechanical engineering department overseeing different areas. Like we have a committee on the boiler and pressure vessels. We have a committee on ACs and refrigerators. Then we also have a committee on the basically this construction plant and machinery, compressors, pumps, and out of them is also our committee is MD 33, which is looking after the pressure cooker, all the kitchenwares. We also have a committee on the gas cylinders and also printing machinery, vibration. So all the mechanical areas we are basically covering in this our this mechanical department, and this whole work is basically overseen by a division council, which is called the Mechanical Engineering Division Council. It oversees all the committees, and it tries to maintain the composition and like oversee all the activities. If there is any modification is required in the scope, then it does the whole thing. So basically, this is whole the structure in how the like the standard making process goes in the BIS. If I talk about specifically about this committee, which has developed the standard on the this our pressure cooker. So it is a committee utensil, cutlery, and domestic hardware, which has developed the standard on the pressure cooker. It deals with the formulation of standards in the field of utensils, cutlery, and domestic hardware items. And basically, it is also a national mirror committee of ISO TC 186, which is cutlery and table decorative metal hollowware, which is involved in the development of international standards in the same field. So basically, like we are the national mirror committee at the BIS. Similarly, there are at the ISO, there are the committees which are overseeing the development of international like ISO standards. So ISO TC 186 is the committee which is overseeing the work related to this cutlery items. So BIS being the national standard body, we represent the India at the ISO level also. So this is for your information. Now, if I talk about the like a scope, so total in the MED 33, we have a 49 standards, out of which some the 44 are the product standards. So pressure cooker is one of them. Apart from the pressure cooker, we have a standard on the like the your portable water bottles, stainless steel utensils, aluminum utensils, your vacuum flask, also commercial pressure cooker, low pressure steam cooker. So we have a standards on the different products. So now we will be talking about only the pressure cooker because that is the main agenda of this 2 days Manak Manthan. So before starting with the this 2347, first I will like to tell what is the basic structure in a standard. When a standard you see, so you will see all these points. First of all, in the standard you will see the scope. Then you will oversee a references. Then terminology clause will be there. Then capacities clause will be there. After that, you will find some material requirements, and then you will find some construction requirements there. And after that, there will be some workmanship and finish. Basically, clause will be there. Then test will be. You will see some test performance test in the standard. Then sampling plan is also generally provided in the standard to like sample out the your products for the basically for the inspection and certification purposes. There is also, but if it is a product standard like a pressure cooker, we generally give the instruction for use, like generally which is a template which is provided with the product, like the basically user manual, you can say. The marking clause and packaging clause will also be provided. So if I talk about the this 2347, first of all, I would like to tell the brief history of the standard. This standard was first published in 1963, and it has been subsequently revised six times: 1966, 74, 87. 95, 2006, and 2017. So this one, 2023 version is the 7th revision of the standard, which has been published after we got many comments during our from our stakeholders, also from our branch offices, also to overcome many safety like concerns also. So this standard has come up for the 7th revision. And we have incorporated many changes in the standard. If you see from the previous version, so we have added new terminology in the standard. Apart from that, the aluminum grade that you will be seeing the standard for the pressure cooker. We have added the additional grades also. For the electric pressure cooker, additional requirements have been added in the standard. Generally nowadays the glass lid are also coming. Cooker with the glass lid is also coming. So for the provision for the glass lid for the serving purposes, that has been also added. We have also given the provision for the visual pressure indicator in the standard, and the provision of chain for the linking the PRD, pressure regulating device, with the vent tube, that has been also added. Apart from that, some requirement for the change in shape, internal level marking, and also for the induction bottom type of cookers, we have added some tests. So all things I will be covering now one by one. So these are some changes that you can see in the forward of the standard. The standards are all available on the BIS website, so you can directly go there and you can download the copy. So you can see in the forward, these are the changes which has been incorporated in this revision. So now if I talk about the scope, so basically this standard, which is on the domestic pressure cooker, it basically covers the pressure cookers of capacity up to the 24 liters. It covers the requirements for them. This standard does not cover the microwavable pressure cooker. And if I talk about now, you maybe have the question in your mind, what about above the 24 liters? So above 24 liters are for cookers. Those come under the commercial category. For that, we have a separate standard, that is IS 17870. So that standard is covering the pressure cookers from 24 liters to 100 liters. So you can also go through that standard. That is also a newly come up standard in the 2022. So that's about the scope of the standard. If I say, yeah, 1 minute. If I say for the now the next clause that you will be seeing, that is basically the references. The references are generally we put up those standards which we have referred while developing the standard on the the pressure cooker. So you will be seeing we have used many standards as a cross references for materials also, for performance tests also. So those standard lists we have given in the references clause. Now, if you see the terminologies, the basic terminology that we use in the pressure cooker, that have been all defined in the clause number 3 of this IS 2347. You will be seeing what do we mean by the pressure cooker? So it is a closed domestic pressure cooking vessel, which is used for with the external or internal heat source, and which is capable of maintaining the nominal cooking steam pressure over 0.1 kilogram force per centimeter square and up to the 1 kilogram force per centimeter square gauge. So that is the basically definition that we have defined to avoid any ambiguity about the pressure cooker, any confusion. We have mentioned what will be the nominal cooking steam pressure, and that has to be also marked on the cooker. Now, if we have also defined various type of capacities, like what do we mean by the gross nominal capacity? It is the full water capacity of the vessel. That is the total internal volume of the cooker with its lead in position. Now, we have also defined the one term that is called body capacity. So basically cooking capacity and body capacity, both are different things as per the new standard. Body capacity, if you see, that is the maximum quantity of water that can be contained in the cooker body when placed on a flat horizontal surface. Now the cooking capacity basically 2/3 of the body capacity. Because now this change we have come up, that's what the reason, because there was the many chances the user doesn't know up to what level the cooker has to be filled. So sometimes it may be possible, it may fill the cooker about the 2/3, and it may be possible it may be overflow, and there may be the chances of accident. So that's why we have restricted the manufacturer should specify what is the maximum cooking capacity up to with the brim, the water, like food, if a cooking water should be filled. Now we have also defined what do we mean by the container. Container is basically when we are doing it is a type of separator which is placed inside the pressure cooker for cooking the food separately. Apart from the grid, this is also used inside a pressure cooker to ensure that there is a gap between the separator and the cooker inside the base so that the food does not burn. So this is generally not used by in our domestic household, but it may also be used when the separator cooking to be we need to when we are putting up this grid to ensure that the separator and the cooker inside base to avoid that food should not burn. So that is the purpose. Now, what is the we mean by the nominal cooking pressure? That we also define the pressure at which the cooker operates within a limit of plus minus 20% of the declared nominal cooking steam pressure. We have also given the definition of PRD. I think you all may be familiar, safety relief device, and all the terms have been defined in this terminology clause. Now, for the capacities, if I already told, this cooker covers up to the 24 liters, and we have also specified like it should be expressed only in the complete or half liter units, no like the 24.1. It should be only 24.5, yeah, like 2.5 or 3.5, like that. That should be the tolerance level in the cooker while specifying the gross capacity. We have also specified what do we mean by the body capacity, what is the procedure to measure that. Like the body of the cooker shall be capped on the flat and horizontal surface. The pressure cooker body shall be filled with water up to the brim with the help of the measuring jar. And the volume of water that measured shall be the body capacity of the pressure cooker. So we have defined like each and every term to avoid any ambiguity, to avoid any confusion. That is the that's why we have specified the procedure also. How should we basically measure the body capacity? Now, if we talk about the material requirements, so generally because the pressure cooker is a household item, so we need to ensure like the material as per the quality, as per the BIS standard is being used. Like if you talk about the body, lid and container, so for the body and lid, the material of the and the grade, it shall be, if you are using the aluminium, then the grades have been specified as per the IS 21, which is the basically basic standard for the aluminium raw material. For stainless steel, if you are using, then the grades have been specified as per the IS 5522, या फिर IS 15997. So these are the basically the basic grades which you can see that have been specified for the body, lid, and the container and the grid, right? If we talk about the if you're using the SS cooker with the composite bottom, then for that the requirements have been covered in the separate standard, which is IS 15960, which is a standard for the utensil with the composite bottoms. So that's we have referred here. If we are using the aluminum cooker with the induction friendly base, then the material we specified is should be as per the 430 or 439 series in the 6911. Right. So now nowadays we can see in the market the 3-ply construction material type of cooker is also available. So we specified the exact like what do we mean by the 3-ply material. In the 3-ply, we have specified the inner layer should be of the grade 304, which is basically called as a food grade material also, as per the IS 5522. Middle layer shall be as per the IS 21, and the outside layer should as per the 430 or 439 grade of IS 6911. So we have specified all the material requirements for the pressure cooker. We have clearly defined them to avoid any confusion, to avoid any ambiguity here. For the safety relief devices also, all the like type of safety relief device and the material requirements we have covered. Like that, there are the 3 types of devices now we have added. We have specified in the standard. One is destructive type, resettable type, and temperature responsive safety relief device. So if you talk for the destructive safety relief device, we have written the chemical composition of the fusible plug. It shall be such that the gas pressure, when it exceeds above the 3 kg force per centimeter square, it shall be melted. So to ensure that there is no damage to the user. But here the condition is that the lead content shall not exceed the 0.05%. That is the basically the limit in the all the like raw material when we are using for the utensils, for the, if you say for the IS 21 also, and for any other like utensil also. Now housing material also we have defined like it should be as per the IS 733. Yeah, if you are using the SS, we have specified all the material requirements here. For the resettable type of safety relief device, we specified the aluminum alloy. It should be as per the IS 733. Yeah, SS, if you are using, then it should be as per IS 6527. Or if you are using as per the brass, then it should be as per IS 319. So all the material requirements have been clearly defined here for the safety device also. Because safety device is a critical component, so the material need to be followed to avoid any chances of the failure in the cooker. For the gasket, if you talk, if you're using the gasket here, now for the gasket also, we have basically specified the it shall conform to the IS 7466, which is a basically basic standard covering all that rubber gasket for the pressure cooker. So all the requirements have been defined in that standard. And I would also like to bring in your attention that this standard has been also recently revised in 2023 only. So new requirements have been added in that also regarding the type of gasket. So all can visit there also and see like what changes have been brought up in the 7466. For handle and knobs, we have defined the construction material of the handle and knob. It should be as per the IS 13395, which is the basically basic standard for the handle and knobs. So we all the performance requirements for the handles have been covered in the standard. For the PRD, we have specified the metallic part of the PRD pressure regulating device shall be made of the brass as per the IS 319. Yeah, if it is made of the SS, then as per the 65/27, yeah, for 6603. Now for the PRD, all the PRD parts like vent seal pin, vent seal, vent pipe, yeah, vent pipe nut, all the material requirements have been clearly laid out in the standard. Now, if the someone is using the spring for the like the operating the lid, then the spring requirements should be as per the stainless steel wire as per the 4454 part 4. So that have been also specified in the standard. Now this 5.10 close number you see, this is the new provision which has been added in the standard for the tempered glass lid. Because earlier there was a tempered glass lid was not covered in the standard. So we have written if you are using the cooker, if you are along with the cooker, you are providing the tempered glass lid, then it shall conform to the test procedure which have been defined in the clause number 8.15. I will be briefly covering the test procedure also. So we will be covering there what is the test procedure that have been defined for the tempered glass lid. Now for the if you are using any type of visual pressure indicator also, then for that also we have specified the requirements like the material requirements we have given, right? Now that was all about the material requirements here. So if we talk about now the construction, like how construction requirements, construction features of the pressure cooker, then as all you know, the pressure cooker is basically a domestic use item. So it should be ensured that it is made up to the safe use, it have the good performance, it has the durable life. And it should also be ensured that there should be no damage under the normal condition of use, no distortion should take place. So for the old type of components, like the for PRD and for the safety relief device and for all the like handle and knobs, we have written all type of the like the construction features we have defined. Like if you talk about the PRD, then we have written the passes from the PRD shall be affected by the free fall dead weight wall. There shall be no leakage between the vent pipe and the weight wall, and the passes from the interior of the vessel giving access through the wall to the atmosphere. It shall be such type that it should not be clogged while due to cooking. The diameter has been also specified, and PRD shall be should be easy to clean. It should be so designed that any type of obstruction, if there is there, then should be clearly visible to the user. Also, we have also given in the construction features, there may be the suitable lifting attachment can also be provided with the PRD. And also for the this is the new provision in the standard that we have added. If someone wants to provide the metallic chain for the PRD, then metallic chain may be provided for the linking the PRD with the vent tube to prevent the misplacement of the PRD. Like there may be the chances sometimes like the during the uses like someone is using in the cooker, so there may be chances the PRD may be misplaced. So this is the requirement that we have added. So if the someone manufacturer who wants to provide the PRD with the metallic chain, then he may provide. So that is not a mandatory clause. This is only a requirement to ensure that the user is facilitated to basically avoid the misplacement of the PRD. That is the only purpose. But when someone is providing the metallic chain, then this will not affect the functioning of the PRD, and the chain shall be made of the brass coated steel that have been given in the standard. Now for the PRD, we have covered the construction features. If you talk about the safety relief device, then we have written it shall consist of an ejectable disc, fusible safety pallet, या फिर ejectable fusible panel, या other devices of like character. We were also specified like fusible safety device should not be susceptible to corrosion. Yes, there should not be any dimension changes during the and it should be properly function. it should not also be clogged due to the food या फिर any due to the during the usage of the cooker. So that have been specified in the standard. Apart from that, for temperature responsive safety relief devices that I was talking, there is a detailed test has been given, performance requirements have been given in the Annexure C. So thereby you can see handle and ropes we already talked. Now we have also given some internal level marking. Earlier it was not there in the standard. So we have written if the cooker may be permanently marked internally to indicate the what is the 2/3 and half of the body capacity to basically indicate to the user that up to that level they should fill the like the food or water in the cooker. And the marking can also be indicated to can be done to indicate the maximum and minimum level also. So this is the new provision that has been added in the standard. So that was all about the construction features. Now I will be covering all the tests that we have specified in the standard performance test that have been laid out in the standard. So starting with the first test that we have given in the standard, is the air pressure test. Basically, the purpose of this air pressure test to ensure that there should not be any chances of the leakage or deformation during the usage of the cooker. So during this air pressure test, what is done basically we subject the cooker to the air pressure of the 40% of the nominal cooking steam pressure. So what is the nominal cooking steam pressure? Up of that 40%, if the nominal cooking pressure is suppose it is 0.8. So 40% of that 0.32, you will subject your cooker to that much level, and then slowly you will raise to the nominal cooking steam pressure, and you will see if there is any leakage is there or not. So that is basically the purpose of this air pressure test. Then second test that is done, that is the proof pressure test, in which basically the purpose is same, like there should not be any leakage, या फिर other type of failure should not be there. So any type of deformation should not be there. Like so, in this test, what you will do, you will basically couple your pressure cooker to a hydraulic test pump, and you will also provide a calibrated pressure gauge there. So to know that it should be calibrated gauge, because to know that what is the pressure that you are applying. You will ensure that all the remaining openings in the body and the lid of the cooker are suitably sealed. There should not be any leakage from there from the body and the lid. Then the pressure not less than twice the greatest nominal cooking pressure. That is basically the maximum pressure that your cooker can basically for that you've designed. Twice of that you will apply, and then it is observed whether there is any leakage is there or not, or failure is not there or not. So that is the purpose of this proof pressure test. So these are basically the two tests to see if there is any leakage or deformation is there or not. Now for the PRD, for pressure regulating device, there is a separate test that has been given. In the purpose of that test is basically to see whether the PRD is properly functioning or not, and to ensure that it properly function during the usage. So what we do in this test, we fit the cooker with a calibrated pressure gauge in place of safety pressure relief device, and we fill the cooker half with the water and place in the steel air on a burner, such as like the pressure stove may be there. You will supply the heat until the PRD first operates, and you will note the pressure. Then operating pressure should be they should be plus minus 20% of the your nominal cooking steam pressure that will be declared by the manufacturer. Now the test procedure. Now after the doing out this test, it should be ensured that the drop in the pressure after the operation of PRD shall not be more than the 40% of the average measured cooking steam pressure when the PRD operates. So that is basically the performance criteria to know whether your PRD is actually properly working or not. For the safety relief devices also, there is a procedure has been given in the standard. Like similarly, you will fit your pressure cooker with the pressure calibrated gauge. Then basically you will fill the water up to that 1/16 of the capacity of the vessel. You will place in the on the burner. For the electric pressure cooker, there is a separate it need to be switched on, that is there, and it shall be ensured that the steady stream of the steam it will start coming out of the vent pipe of the cooker minimum for the 2 minutes before starting the test. Now the requirement is that the performance criteria is that for the different type of safety relief devices is different. So in the annexure, basically, H, the user has been given. And for the destructive type of safety devices, we will observe, we will consider it as a past when the steam reaches a gauge pressure between the 1.25 and 3 times the greatest nominal cooking pressure. For the gasket release system, GRS, it is different. For resettable type of device, it is different. So for the different type of safety devices, the performance criteria is different, and it has been given in the standard in the annexure H. And this procedure has also been clearly given there. Now, if you talk about there is a like safety which is done, which is called as the bursting pressure test, which is done on the cooker. The purpose of this test is to ensure that there should not be what is the maximum pressure that your cooker body can sustain. Basically, that is the purpose of this test to know. So what we do in this test, the cooker we couple it to the hydraulic test pump, and which is provided with the calibrated gas. Then all the openings we seal it, deactivate it, remove it. Then gradually the pressure is increased, and we observe the pressure up to which there is a rupture take place in the cooker, and it is ensured that the bursting pressure at which the rupture is taking place, it shall not be less than the 6 kilogram force per centimeter square. So that is the must condition to pass any cooker in this test. It shall not be less than the 6. Above the 6, there is a like if the cooker is not rupturing above the 6, like you increase the pressure up to the 7, then there is no need to further apply the pressure as per the test mentioned. But it shall not shall not rupture below this 6 kilogram force per centimeter. So that is the must performance criteria, acceptance criteria for this test. So that will be laid out in the basically the standard. Now for the cooker, there are the two type of cooker you are seeing. One is the outer lid type, and one is the inner lid type. So for that, the removal of the lid under the pressure type of test has been also given, in which we apply the certain weight to the cooker. Like a pictorial diagram have also been given to basically guide the manufacturer, like how the test setup should be there and how the test need to be done. So force of this 20 kilogram force, which is applied to the lid or cover, it shall not be able to release the lid or the cover of the cooker unless the steam pressure inside has fallen below the 0.18 kilogram force per centimeter. That is the must condition for this test, for the test for removal of lid under the pressure. For inner lid type of the cooker, that have been also defined, like similar type of force is given, but you can see it shall also be shall not be able to release the lid or the cover of the cooker unless the steam pressure inside has fallen below the 0.18. But the type of the setup that you have to design, that have been that is different for the inner lid type of cooker. So that have been defined in the standards. So I think that was all the major tests for the components and for body and lid and all the safety tests. There is also if you are using any spring loaded mechanism to operate your lid, then you need to do this spring test, whereby the spring is completely compressed and kept in the position for the 24 hours, and it is ensured that it is compressed and released 3000 times. The criteria is that the spring shall not suffer a permanent set of more than 3% elongation in the length. So that is the must criteria for the spring to pass this test. So that has been defined in the standard. Now for the SS cookers we talk, which have the composite cooker based bottom. I think I already talked about them. The test procedure has been given in the IS 15960, which is a separate standard for the utensil with the composite bottom. So tests have been given in that standard that need to be followed. For the handle and knobs, the tests have been given in IS 13395. Like these are some tests which have been laid out for the handle and knobs, like resistance to burning, heat resistance, torque strength, bending strength. These all tests need to be carried out for the handle and knobs as per the IS 13395. If you talk about the coatings, because nowadays I think the cookers are coming with the various type of coatings like powder coating, ceramic coating, high temperature resistant liquid coating. So because now it is the cooker is basically used for the cooking your food. So it is also need to be ensured that there should not be any damage. It should not be mixed in the food. So all the requirements for the internal as well as for external type of coating have been defined in the standard. Like for this external coating, there is a separate standard IS 19730. So the coating shall be as per that standard. If it is, if in the inside it is provided with the non-stick coating, the non-stick coating shall conform to IS 9730 that have been given in the standard. For 3-ply type of cookers, the requirements have been given. For pressure cooker, which are basically with the electrical heating, so there is a separate standard for the electric pressure cookers, that is IS 302. So all the requirements and tests have been given in that standard. Now, if we talk about the as I have told you in the starting, like the changes that we have brought up in the standard. So this is the one of the like the major change that we have brought up in the standard. Like we have given the requirements for the tempered glass lid, because nowadays cooker are also coming up with the with the tempered glass lid. So we have given the test to check the performance requirement of the tempered glass. So these are the we need to do the fragmentation test, in which basically we take up the one lid, and then the sample shall be we support it on a level surface, and we pass the tap. Then the glass lid shall be we try to break this glass lid with a center punch, and we basically count the particle count. Then the criteria for the fragmentation test is that the broken particle in the square of side, it shall be counted. There shall not be less than the 60 particles in a square of the sides 50 mm. So that is the criteria of the for this fragmentation test. Similarly, we also do the ball drop test, whereby the we select a one lid, and then the one steel ball of this 225 gram plus minus, it is basically the made to fall on the lid. Then there should not be any cracks should be seen under the naked eye, under the normal light. That is the criteria for that to pass under this test. Then thermal soak test is also done. Free-fall test also be done for the lid to check its performance requirements, to see it will to see its durability. You can say to ensure there should not be any breakage, any crack in the tempered glass lid during the uses. So that have been defined in the standard. Now at the last, we have also given the marking clause. In the marking clause, there have been some changes. Now the like nominal cooking steam pressure earlier was there, gross capacity also was there, but now we have added this one clause whereby you need to specify the grade of the material also, like which type of grade you are using for the manufacturing the body and the lid, that need to be specified either on the, if there is a spaces there, then on the cooker itself. Either you can specify it in your carton box also, and batch number need to be specified. That was already there. So like the material grade of the body and the lid can be added as a sticker, a packaging box, and indicated in the user and care manual. We have also added this clause: the manufacturer shall declare and define the nominal body capacity along with the gross capacity of the cooker in the user manual that he has been providing to the user. In case of electrical pressure cooker, the requirements are different as per the IS 302. The packaging of the may be marked with the induction friendly or gas friendly or both, that should be specified. Or in case of the aluminum induction based cooker, the nominal cooking pressure can be marked on the lid, because there is a space constraint is there, so it can be marked on the lid. So this is the new requirement, that you have to now mark the grade of the material also as per the marking clause. So I think that was all from my side on the standard. I have covered, I think, briefly all the new requirements that we have come upon in the standard. Also, I have briefly defined all the tests also. If there is any question is from the participant, then they please may ask. It's open for discussion now.
Lokraj.
Yes, sir.
This composite bottom, is it includes induction base also?
Yes, sir.
It also includes induction base.
Yeah. In the 15960, so there is a different standard is there, which is also under MID 33. So we have given the test requirements in that standard, sir, for induction.
Okay. But the induction bottom pressure cookers falls under this 2347. Only
Yes,
test
sir,
method is different.
Test method is different, right?
Different. Then is there any chemical composition for the that fusible plug? Safety release.
Sir, fusible plug, only the material requirement we have given, and we have specified the lead content should not exceed the 0.05%. That is the must.
Lead is mentioned.
Lead is
Okay.
mentioned. Apart from
Okay.
the other material, there is no particular requirement is there.
Okay. Now
Yes.
you have also included the glass lid.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
that is the technology, new technology, which is
Yes, sir.
coming.
Yes.
Because earlier there were no pressure cookers with the glass lid.
Yes, sir. Yes. But because now the requirement has come from some manufacturer also, they are supplying the cooker with the glass lid, so it should also be added in the standard. That's why we have added this.
Very good example of updating our standards with that new technology.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Good.
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Lograj, I have one doubt.
Yes, sir.
So here testing is compulsory, na? So what is the sample size you are considering for testing?
So sample size, and there is a clause is there. Actually, I have not covered in my presentation. There is a clause number 9, whereby you can see depending upon the your number of pressure cooker in the load, there is a sample size is given. There is a table is there in that standard. So you can refer to the table 1 in the clause number 9 in the standard, whereby depending upon the how many pressure cookers you have in the load. Suppose there are in one load you are making up to the 150 pressure cookers. Then as a sample size, you need to select the 20 pressure cooker, and the acceptance criteria have also been given in the standard. So that has been specified, sir, in the standard.
Table is there for that.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Anybody, please? Anyone, please? Any queries? Yes, if no queries, okay. There are no queries. Okay, thank you.
Sir,
Lograj,
sir, good evening, sir.
Yes,
Rama here. Sir, it's good to know that there are so many tests conducted before using this pressure cookers and all. So, very happy to know because earlier we doesn't know that just ISI standard we used to see on that. As of now, while explaining, he was showing that prayers, knob, everything like the handle,
Krishna Reddy garu, mute
weight,
yourself. Krishna Reddy garu,
everything is
Krishna
being
Reddy
tested.
garu, mute your phone.
Thank you, sir. It's a nice lecture. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and thank you.
Meenaji,
Yes, sir.
like earlier, there was no requirement of this drawing to be submitted by the cooker manufacturers, right? So
Right, sir.
now,
Now it has been added in the standard that need to be for the reference purpose for the when the inspector is coming for the manufacturing for visit to the any manufacturer, then you need to at least keep all the section drawings of the with him. That need to be kept.
yeah, section here now it is mentioned as flange or lug thickness for the body, thickness for lid wall thickness. So can you explain in detail what does it mean actually? In clause 6 now 6.8.
So clause 6.8, if you see, we have written, this is the new requirement that has been added.
Yeah.
Means section drawing of the pressure cooker and its material along with the grade shall be submitted. That's clear. And the basic dimensions. The purpose of this the manufacturer need to specify what thickness he is using for the body. And what thickness for the lid he is manufacturing. There is no requirement is there up to that thickness the cooker should be there, but he need to specify in his drawing the cooker lid thickness is that much, the body thickness is that much, and that he need to specify. There is no separate requirement is given. Minimum requirement is given in the cooker. He can make of any thickness. He need to specify. That's all. In the drawing, we need to specify all the thicknesses. That's also.
So even in the latest version, there is no requirement of the thickness of the sheet that they are going to use for the cooker.
No requirement is there.
Any doubts you want to?
Okay.
Any doubts?
Okay. If there are no doubts, we'll proceed.
One minute. Yes, sir. Tell me, sir.
చెప్పండి మీరు చెప్పండి నేను కాల్ ఏది అది ఇందాక చెప్పారు నేను మళ్ళీ చెప్తాను ఇంకేమైనా స్టాండర్డ్ లో మీరు చదివిన దాంట్లో ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా మీకు ఏదైనా పాయింట్స్ కమెంట్స్ Yes, sir. I think everyone is clear from here.
Okay.
1 minute.
Now
Sir.
we'll
What is the tolerance, extra tolerance, capacity? For example, create a cooker. 3.1, 3.3 capacity is failure or something.
Okay.
What is the tolerance?
Tolerance for the water capacity.
Gross capacity, the tolerance is plus 500 ml. No negative tolerance is there. Plus 500 ml maximum you can go. Am I correct, Meena ji?
Yes, sir, it's correct. There should be no negative tolerance, and the tolerance would be in the 0.5 ml units, sir. Right.
Okay, so as there are no doubts, now we will proceed. Thank you, Lokras ji, for excellent presentation about the pressure cooker. You have explained in detail about the construction and the materials used for the making the pressure cooker, the testing methods, and also the marking on the pressure cooker. All the details you have given. And though this is a simple device, it is an example for many major components like boiler. So even in my subject, as I am also belongs to mechanical engineering, whenever I am going to talk about the power plant, I have to tell everything about the boiler. There, I will start from the pressure cooker only. Pressure cooker is nothing but the mini size of a boiler. Boiler size is more only. So there I will start with the pressure cooker, and in most of the examples in thermodynamics, I will take that one. The first example for a closed system, I will say that one because that is known for everybody, so that the student will appreciate the example given for them. They can easily understand what is a closed system. So like that, so this is a very, very important part, and most of us, though I am telling about the pressure cooker, I don't know about all these parts clearly and the materials given, and this much of procedure is there. I thought that for the turbines or the boilers or condensers only, a lot of procedure may be there. But for this one also, there is a big procedure, and very clearly you explained the stages in the standardization. There are 6 stages. Simply we'll think that it may be considered as a thin vessel and designed by using a simple formula, like length theory like that. But you have very clearly mentioned the procedure established for the standardization of any product. Thank you very much. And I also have to thank Rakesh Tanir Garu
Thank you,
for
sir.
arranging excellent speakers, J.V. Rao Garu as the chief guest and Lokras Garu as the speaker for this important event. Thank you, one and all.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Now, before the end of the program, I request Rakesh Garu to propose vote of thanks.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Respected Chief Guest, Sri K.V. Rao, Scientist F, Senior Director and Head, Hyderabad Branch Office, Bureau of Indian Standards, and Sri Lokraj Meena, Scientist B, Assistant Director, Mechanical Engineering Department, Standard Formulation, BIS, New Delhi, and respected Dr. G. Venkata Subbaiah, FIE Chairman, IEI, Telangana State Center, committee members and convener and past presidents, past vice presidents, council members of IEI, past chairman, past honorable secretaries, committee members and corporate members of the IE, and all the participants who attended this technical seminar. A good evening to once again a very good evening to all. It gives me an immense pleasure to perform the pleasant duty of proposing vote of thanks on behalf of the Telangana State Center of IEI, and on my own behalf, I convey our sincere and profound thanks to Sri K.V. Rao, Scientist F, Senior Director and Head, and Speaker Sri Lokraj Meena, Scientist B, Assistant Director, MET Standard Formulation, for addressing the gathering and the theme. I also thank the dignitaries, past of IEI, past chairman of IEI, past honorable secretaries of IEI, council members, committee members, corporate members who made it to convenient to attend this event. And I also thank to the participants of the industries who have attended in our office, in the BIS office also, for attending this program. And once again, thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Before the end of the program, I request all of you kindly stand for national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Anand. I'll see you.
Thank you, Lokraj ji.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, sir.